Alright, here we go, everybody. Listen up, John. I'm gonna click the Ableton Live shortcut. No. Okay. Alright, here we go. That's what you get when you open it up. Might have something saying authorize Ableton. Just click authorize later. We're gonna go over here to the arrangement view selector. And here we have it. I'm gonna close this up. Okay, so whenever we have a new track, we get 2 MIDI and 2 audio. So for starters, let's make sure your mic is working with the program. We're gonna click this one, the first audio track, to arm it right over here. And now you'll see my levels are going up and down. And if I get really close to the mic or blah, yell or whatever, the track is gonna clip. You see it turned red there. But now if you're not getting anything, like it's just like this where you can't hear anything, nothing's coming out, or nothing's, affecting the levels. Gonna go over to options, preferences. Gonna go to audio. It's probably the thing that's already selected. We're gonna go to audio device. For me, it's the Avid M box that I'm connected to, but yours might be the Yeti Pro USB microphone or something like that. Maybe just USB microphone. That's good. It's going. So I'm gonna close this out. I'm gonna go ahead and right-click this and delete this because we don't need that many MIDI tracks. Gonna, for the sake of simplicity, delete that too. So now we just have the MIDI track and the audio track. If you want another audio track, what I do normally is I just duplicate the one I have. But you could also come over here to, where is it? Create, insert audio track. I'm just gonna delete these with the delete button. Okay, so now we got this. What is this? And here's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna come up in here, go to whatever sound file I want. We'll do this one. I'm gonna drag it in, and here we go. We still have one more thing we gotta do before we record. Basically, in Ableton, it's a software a lot of people use for making beats. So basically, when you drop something in here, it gets quantized, which means it gets matched to the tempo up here. But we don't want that for the beat because it's already got its own tempo. So we're gonna go down here, click this thing. You'll have to have the beat selected to be able to click it, because if I do down here, there'll be nothing. So we're gonna select the beat. We're gonna go down here and we're gonna deselect warp. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. And then I'm gonna click the square just to make sure we're starting out from the beginning, and I'm gonna click the record button. And here we go. I'm recording whatever. It's just me talking right now. So there you go. I'm gonna stop the recording with the square button. If I want to go back and listen, I'm gonna hit square, play, and just listen to my own beautiful voice. I don't want to do that right now. And so let's say I don't like this last bit. You'll notice that wherever I click or select, it only fills up the boxes. Like, I can't get real precise with it. That's another thing, the quantization of everything. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna right click, anywhere basically on the grid. We're in adaptive grid narrow. I'm gonna go to fixed grid off, which means that I can click anywhere and it'll do it. It won't jump to the nearest mark. Then we'll come up here. This is where we go to look at the track or zoom in, zoom out. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna zoom over here. Why being like this? Okay. So you can zoom in extremely close if you want to get real precise with it. But here we go. So I can zoom in like that by clicking and pulling down. I zoom out by clicking and pulling up, and I move by dragging sideways. And so let's say I don't want this last little bit. I'll just left click, drag, click the delete button on my keyboard, and there you go. Let's say I want to do another take. I'll just duplicate the track, just click the top little red thing. Let me zoom back out. Top little red thing up here, or whatever color it will be, and I'm gonna click the delete button on my keyboard. So now it's gone. Let's say I want to do another take of just the same thing I did, like right up here, but I don't want to hear myself up here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to this 2, just the number of the track, whatever number it is, and I'm gonna deselect it, so now it's grayed out, which means I won't hear it anymore. I'm gonna go down here, I'm gonna arm this track, hit the square, click play, and now I'm recording a second take right down here. So there you have it. And let's say I like part of the first take, part of the second. I can, let's say, erase this first part, erase this second part, and just drag it on up. And there it is. All on one track there, neat and tidy. Or you can keep them separate if you want to. It's really however you want to do it. If you want to get real technical with it, you can rename this. So I'll do it vocals 1. Rename beat. And you can even color code. If you right click, you'll see all the colors you can choose from. Let's say I want the beat white for some reason. There you go. Just a way to differentiate for whatever you want. I'm going to rearm this track down here so we can hear it. Let's say I have a bunch of takes, though. Just like 7 tracks of me just redoing this part because I'm really bad at it. And I don't want to individually go down and, deselect 7 things. I can just go solo on the beat, the S. And when you click it, it lights up blue. And you'll notice everything else gets disabled. So, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's see, what else? Let's say you want to save your file for later. You'll go down to save live set as, whatever you want. Click save. And then from then on, whenever you open the set, you can just do save live set, because it already knows which place it's going to go to. And let's say you're done with this, you close it out, and you're going to come back to it later. You'll just go File, Open Recent Set, and click whatever the name of the set is. And when you're finally done with the track altogether, you can go to File, Export Audio and Video. You want the render track to be the master. You want to make sure you have nothing selected up here like this, because if that's the case, then it will just export this little bit. So you want to, maybe double tap the square, make sure nothing's selected. Go File, Export. So exports has a wave file, which is a high quality audio file. Click Export, whatever you want to call it, and then just click Save. And so that's that's like the bare minimal basics. But let me show you something else you might want to use, because why not? I'm not doing anything today. I'm gonna go over here. I closed this out earlier, but you just open it up by clicking the triangle. You got your audio effects rack. You notice I went from this view to this view down here. It says drop audio effects here, and it's whatever track I'm on, the audio effects will affect. So if I want to sound different on here, normally I like to go in with the EQ. I'll just double click EQ 8, and here's the EQing. If I want really high mids, I'll go up here. Whatever you want to do with it. What I normally like to do is just get rid of the, I'm going to select this one. Get rid of the bare lowest audio frequency, because basically the human voice doesn't get that low, so that's like almost always like an air conditioning running in the background or something. I don't want it to affect my actual vocals, but it'll just basically make the track less muddy. Then I'm going to go over here, and I like to just boost the high end just a tad. Just it adds a little bit of vocal polish, makes it sound real nice. And you can be listening to the track while you do it to see like how it sounds when it's like this or like whatever. But that's just how I normally like to do it, just like right about here. And then if your lows are really low, your highs are really high, you'll go to the compressor. I click the little drop down triangle. And you got acoustic, brick wall, whatever you want. If you just want the bare compressor, no presets, just double click the compressor. And there it is. Normally like a low ratio.
Excuse me, George.
Alright, so anyway, ratio around 1. You can play with the attack and the release. This is kind of beyond me. So normally I actually just do one of the presets already. Mildly aggressive. You know, this stuff's pretty confusing, so I normally stick to the presets. Maybe play with the knobs until I get it to where it sounds best and to where I can understand myself all the way through and I'm not having to adjust my volume. And, you know, so notice that when I click this track down here, it doesn't have it. Because, you know, I did it to this track. But you can just copy and paste it down to the lower track. Hit it with the copy and paste. I know there's a bunch of fun effects. You got your simple delay, your saturator, reverb. Basically just like a lot of stuff, you know, you can play with if you want. All sorts of stuff in here. So yeah, that's basically it for effects. And now I guess one more thing. But you know, this is all kind of extra, like beyond basic. And that is when you actually want to drop the volume of an individual track by itself. You're going to go select mixer, track volume, and you'll see this red line appear over the track. And basically, let's say this part's too loud, so I'll drop it down just a few decibels. Or maybe like I take like a really ugly sounding breath over here, I can just drop it down all the way. If you want to get rid of the dots, you just click them, right click them. Sorry, left click them. There you go, back to basics. If you're feeling artistic, you can click this draw mode switch up here. And basically this allows you to just, you know, do whatever you want with it. You know, whatever strange thing you desire. I'm going to click Control Z to get rid of that on my keyboard. That just, you know, is the undo button. Then you got other stuff. You got reverb. So if I want to have like a slight echo, I'll bring it up a little bit. But if you bring it up like really high, you'll kind of sound like you're talking through a tin can. So it depends on the effect. You got track panning. Like let's say I want this one coming out the right earphone. And I want this guy down here coming out the left earphone. That's how you do it. Yeah, I guess that's, you know, basically it.